All right, this is me attempting to make the pie that you've seen in the previous video, I think. We'll see how it goes here. Okay, I have hit this distress mat, whatever it's called, from Tim Holtz with the tea dye ink twice. And then I put in one of the vintage photo because the vintage photo was a little too dark, so I'm gonna try to mix them together, and I'm trying to figure out what do I want to do that with. Okay, I went and got rubber gloves. Okay, so I have taken this string, and I don't know the thickness of it or anything. Oh, maybe there is stuff. It's 100% cotton. It says 4x4. I don't know what that means. Made in the USA. So anyway, I've tied a knot in 3 strands of this because when I roll it like this, it looks pretty good, but it's not gonna be so thick that it makes the page stand up a whole bunch. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix these 2 together and hope that's the color I'm looking for. And now I'm just gonna kind of run it through there. I might need a little more water. I didn't put a whole lot here. I'm just gonna try to dye it somewhat. Ah! It's a good thing I got on my smoothie shirt. I have smoothie shirts because if the smoothie gets on me, you know how it's like it doesn't really come out well. So let's see here. Oh, it's kind of a nice color. Okay, and then I'm going to set this aside to dry once I kind of have it kind of uniform. And I like the color of that. I would eat a pie crust that color. It might be, I mean, I had some jute and stuff, but it looked way too wrong. It looked wrong. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And some of it's still light. Maybe that will look good. Let's see, I'm gonna twist it like this. It might be a little darker than what I want it. But now let's see, I have not done this before, so I don't know. We'll see if it gets lighter. Because I think I would like it just a little bit lighter. I maybe didn't need the vintage photo in there. That might be a little too dark. I might just go ahead and do another one while I still have my mat out here. So I'm gonna do 2. So I'm gonna pause. I'll do the next one, and then with just the tea dye, and then we'll see which one works out. And I'll be back with the rest of the pie. If I can turn off my camera. Okay, now I've got my 2 pieces. I think this is probably the one I'm going for, but I'm gonna let them dry and see how they look. So I'll probably hang them up in the bathroom. Here's my mini pie that I made to see if I could make it look close to my pie. Here's my real pie. So I think it looks pretty good color-wise and everything. So I'm gonna go hang these up to dry, and then I will come back and make the inside of the pie. So I'll be right back. Okay, now I've taken and traced around this Christmas cookie container, or whatever they call these. I don't even know. And I've already cut it out. And I figured even if I was a little off, it didn't matter because my crust trim is going to cover it up. So now I am going to, now the little one, I've kind of taken and did this. So I'm going to kind of maybe kind of stretch it in the middle. Now it's kind of mottled, this paper, and that's why I actually have one that's bigger, but I like how this is mottled because I think it looks more like my pie to begin with. So I feel like I don't have to work as hard with this one, but I only had it in an 8.5 by 11. But I'm just gonna kind of stretch it, kind of give it a little bit of wrinkles without actually wrinkling it all up, because that way it'll look more like my pie, I think. And I did that with the little one. Now the little one, I did not use the same paper, so it doesn't have that mottled look, and I do like this look better, because I think it already kind of gives it that, like it's already been wrinkled. So it kind of looks like it got a little bit of texture. Okay, I'm using just the tea dye, and I'm just kind of going at it like on the side. Now, you know, I'm not really, this is about as far as the mixed media, so like mixing those other things up, I don't have like the spray bottles, that's why I was just dumping water. But I did figure I'd leave this mat out, and so I could kind of lay it down and maybe get a little more. Now it's like my pie, it's like even though I have a convection oven, it still cooks more on one side than the other. And I think I need a refill on my ink here. Oh, I got some there. Okay, so I get a little bit more on one side than the other, it's all right, because that's real life. Oh, except for it got a little more than what I wanted. We'll see how it goes. I do like just doing this on the edge, but then I would be here all day. And I do have to do the layout yet. But you'll see the layout first probably, and then I'll have how to make the pie separate. Okay, I don't want it really, I still want it to look very mottled. Oh, that's my scrappy friend. I sent her a picture of my little pie and I said, how's my pie look? So I'm just gonna keep doing this until it's kind of the color I like. And I will do some in the middle. Okay, now that I've done that, I wanna kind of go over the edges before I kind of work in to the middle. Because the middle, you see it's not as dark, so I'm gonna kind of work my way that way. But always staying more dark to the edges. Oh, and that looks like it's starting to look like a really tasty pie. So I'm liking that. I think it looks very realistic. Okay, and again, I'm gonna kind of do here. Now up at the top, some of that will actually be covered up, so that's a good place for me to start instead of at the bottom like I did. So maybe take that into consideration, unlike I did. I do want some of it kind of brown here in the middle because it will get some color up in there too. Okay, kind of work my way here. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good, like my pie. And I don't think I have to do too much more. Just a little bit more going towards the center. Oh, that's my message again, because I didn't answer it. Okay. Okay, I think that's looking very good. Okay. And now I'm taking it's a light brown pencil, and I'll get my, now even though I don't have this to help me when I'm actually making a pie, let's see, it is almost 10.5, so I need to go about 5 1/4, right? Well, a little bit more, because it's a little more than 10.5, so if I do 5 1/4 and one more, I think this is my center. Okay, so I just made a tiny mark there, and then I'm gonna do, kind of do this, because make those little air or heat vents, steam vents, that's it. I actually made this pie when my sister was here, because it's one of our favorite recipes. So I'm just making the vents, and I'm going to kind of color it in, or you know, a little wider, because even though you cut it with a knife, it and then I'm going to do this way, because I always do several. And even though you cut it like a nut with a sharp knife, it kind of widens out. Oops, that one I made really big. Okay. And sometimes I do. It's never perfect, so. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. That's about how I do it. And then I have a Creative Memories pen, the fine tip, and it's a brown. Does it say brown on any place? Well, it is brown, you can see here. And now I'm just going to go like to one side and make it darker, because you can see it looks almost black, that line. So I'm just going to kind of do it on one side, because it does look like it's darker on one side, so I'm going to do that. Okay, and I don't usually put a dot in the middle, but I did to make the mark, but I think part of this will actually be covered up by my recipe. So I'm just going to kind of color it in a little bit towards the one side. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I will go check on my, I'm gonna do this just a little bit more here, so it's a little more even. I'm gonna go check on my string and see if it's dry yet, and then we'll do the next step. I'll be right back. Okay, you're gonna hear machinery. They're putting in a horse barn next door, and I don't know what all the noise is exactly, but okay, I'm gonna take my quick drying tacky glue from Scotch, and I'm gonna put it on here. Whoa, and you know I did the small one, so hopefully this works out all right. Oh no, my sister is texting me. Okay, so now I think I got more than enough. I'm just gonna cover this and hope I get it covered before it dries. I guess I'm gonna do this. See why I left the mat out. Okay. So I just have to have enough of it that they stick together when I twist them. So now it was a lot, you know, it was probably a lot easier doing that little one. So now I'm gonna try to twist it here. And see if I can get it twisted enough. I'm just gonna I thought about braiding it, but I'm just gonna, now I don't even know if I'm twisting the right way. Because this side I go this way. Oh yeah. Maybe I just need to do one side. I don't know. Oh, and it's very hard to do with gloves on. See, I only did it with the little one, and I actually inked it afterwards. Okay, so if I spin that way with that, I need to spin this way with the other one. And it's kind of going. Okay. My gloves just want to twist right up into it.
Hey.
Hey, what?
We're gonna shut the power off real quick.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna be in the dark. Can you turn off my camera? Otherwise, I'll just be leaving him in the dark.
Where do you do that at?
Right here. I'll be right back. Okay, I went over a little more ink on this, and this is pretty dry. Well, it feels dry now. So I'm gonna start gluing this down, and I think I'm gonna probably use this so it's a little thicker line. Well, maybe if I can get it open. And just kind of work my way around. I think half it, I should be able to do half it before it dries. And I do want ink glue everywhere. Now where the knot is, I'm gonna hang that off the edge because I'm actually gonna just cut that off at the end. After this is all dry, I think it will be fine to cut that off because since the whole piece is actually glued. Okay, this kind of rolled up a little bit. I guess I should be viewing it from the other end, so to make sure I cover up the edge. But it looks like a pie from here. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of take a couple seconds to let it dry there a little bit. Okay. I sent a picture of my little one to my friend, I told you, and she said, "What kind of pie is it?" She thought it was real. So did my sister. You know, I had to get a few okays. Okay. So it's almost done. I'm doing a little more twisting if it looks a little loose. Now I used one of those frozen gluten-free pie crusts, so mine doesn't have this cute little edge. It's just got the little fork one. Because when they give you a gluten-free pie crust, they don't give you very much, let me tell you that. And pie crust is my favorite part of the pie, I have to say. Even though this is my very favoriteest pie. Okay, this one looks a little lax there, but this is where I think I'm gonna have it covered up with a photo, so it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna just drag it around here a little bit. I'm gonna put some little extra glue at this end, and I'll do the same thing at the other end. And I just stuck my finger right in it thinking I had to pull off the lid. So I'm gonna stick a little extra glue there. And you know, since it dries clear, I'm not too worried about it. I should have left my paper towel over here. Okay. And I'm gonna put a little more on this side too. Seems like it's glued pretty good there. Well, I'm so used to using that little one, you know, the skinny tip, that it's like, when this comes out, it's like almost a shocker. I mean, actually, it's a shock. Okay, I'm just gonna put that there. Okay, so this will just be straight like this, or do I want to put don't think I want to put this there because I want it to look like you're really looking at half of the pie. So I'm going to cut it off there as soon as I think it's dry enough. Okay, I'm going to try cutting this off now. I just want to lift it up without lifting it up. Okay, and I'm trying not to, I mean, I'm sticking to it here, so, okay. So there's the rest of my crust. You know, if I was making the pie, I'd just eat that. No, I wouldn't, not until it's cooked. I would actually put it in the oven with some cinnamon and sugar on it. Okay, I think that's good there. All right, I might put a little, I might cut like a half circle and stick it underneath here with some foam because I want the pie to kind of look more dimensional in the middle. And so that's it. You'll actually see this, you'll see me do the layout before you actually see this, but so thank you for joining me. You know, I will have close-ups at the end, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.